All right, everybody, welcome to the virtual bourbon event where we're going to announce the winners of the 2021 whiskey blending contest. It's going to be a great time, and should be really cool to crown a winner, and of course tell everybody how they did. I think everybody's excited about that, to know how they did, because at this point, right now, you're all winners, right? It's like at the beginning of the baseball season. Everyone right now is a champion, and then we have to go through the process of counting. So. How it worked was we did get 14 entries. So 17 people got kits. 14 people ended up sending a blend in. Again, I don't know why there's 3 that did not do so. Maybe they just didn't get time to do it or whatever, but ultimately, that can get away from you. I get that. Seems like we got, there's a month that you got, then it seems like you got so much, and you know how that is all the time. Before you know it, that month is gone, and you miss a deadline. It just happens. But so we did get 14, and then what we do is, and it's judged by Royce, Neely, and I. So, and what we did is I brought the warden on the trip. So my wife nicknamed the warden. I brought her with me because she's an accountant, and she is just good at keeping track of things. Royce and I, of course, can't see anything. We literally opened the boxes when we got there. Didn't open them in advance or anything like that. Opened them up when we got there, and then she puts them in a random order. We don't see it. We can't see any of that stuff. That stuff's not near us. We're just sitting at a table with 14 glasses lined up, numbered, dry erase markers, Glencairn glasses, and that's poured for us, at least by round. So we get enough for the first round. Again, our goal at that point, we've got 14. We divided up into 2 things. So we taste 7 together, and then we taste a second 7. That's basically round number 1. And then what we do is we are eliminating. So we go from 14 down to 8 in round number 1. And then we of the 8 that are left, we taste all of those together. So then we taste all 8 and we rank them, and then our goal is to knock it down to 4. And then we do a final round where once again we taste all 4. We then rank them, and then we go to the scores, and then those scores do count. Those are the only scores that we keep track of officially and that count, and then that ends up in the ranking from 4, 3, 2, 1. If there's a tie at the end, there's a retaste. There's one retaste, and if that doesn't break the tie, and then it goes down to discussion. That's what we had to do with last year. So last year, first and second place were tied. Then it comes down to a discussion. We taste it. We talk about the whiskey, what we like about it, why we voted for that. Because again, it's only 2 people. There's no third tiebreaker. So it's a matter of then convincing the other one. So we're tasting, we're talking about what we like about it, where we think there may be misses in it, and those type of things. And then we pick. So that's how we go through that. So with all that being said, let's go back to round number 1 again. 14 divided up into 2 feeder categories of 7, where we would eliminate 3 out of both of those, so we can get it down to just 8 left total. So we taste those, and here are the first people eliminated. Again, no order here, just random order. The first one I read might have had the best whiskey of that flight, because these are just random. First one eliminated, Mark Hansen. Second one that is no longer in the discussion, Mark Mason. We eliminated the Marks apparently. Next up, eliminated in the first round here, the Robinsons, the Dream Ends right now. Bob Donati, next up. The Ewalds, eliminated in the first round. I think because they're eliminated, it's Dave Ewalds is eliminated.
Yeah, obviously.
Everything Adina did pointed to going for, but eliminated. One person left to be eliminated in round number 1. This one hurts. Again, they're not ranked here, but this is just by random order here. And this hurts because it means you were that close. But if I don't announce your name here, you at least go to round 2, which means you beat some of the competition. Unfortunately, these folks did not beat anyone to move on to the next round. And the last person that got eliminated in round number 1, Adam Stumpf. Stumpy Spirits, our pro. Again, 2 years in a row, our pro has gotten eliminated in the first round. Now, our pros are very smart. They always bring someone with them so they can blame them. Or the first year was Hunter Coffee. So Royce was with Hunter Coffee. They put together their blend. And when Royce found out he got eliminated in the first round, he was like, damn it, Hunter. God, and then I found out Stumpy here, who's on with us, not talking, but Stumpy worked with his buddy Chris Ron, who owns a local brewery. Again, much like Hunter Coffee, who's in the business. Chris Ron, of course, is and runs a big bourbon club here. So he's not only a beer guy, but he's also a bourbon guy. He runs a Brown Water Society out of Waterloo, Illinois. So a big bourbon society, owns a brewery. He brought Chris with him, and now Chris is going to take the blame here, I'm sure. Adam, can you hear me? Or
plausible deniability, Steve.
So Ron, he screwed this up, right? I mean, you probably had one you liked that, and then Ron probably overwrote it, and then this is where it gets you.
Well, obviously, I
Yeah.
don't know. I couldn't conceive another scenario that would possibly be the case.
Right. All right, so now we're down to 8. So if you haven't heard your name read yet, you are still in the competition. You've still got a chance to take home the prize, of course, which is the Whiskey Thief from Vendome, a $400 value. And of course, bragging rights. I don't know. I think it's a cool thing to win a contest. That's an open invitation. Anybody can attend, and you do have to beat a pro in there too. So that's another twist that we have. So, and I'll say this. If you're still in this, you've beaten a pro. You've gone further than our pro. So there you go. Or our pro's friend in this case. It's clearly not Adam. All right. Here we go. So we now have 8 people. We're going to be eliminating 4 more. So to fall in round number 2, Avery Patridge. Buddy Avery, not here tonight. We're a regular on these, especially some of the he likes the big ones, so but he's not here, so unfortunately he misses out. Our next one eliminated, Paul Rousseau. Paul, our buddy here on the event. Paul was eliminated. Next one after that in round 2, the legend going after a second place finish last year, or no, third place. Third. He was not part of the tiebreaker. And in first place, the last one eliminated in round number 2, Carrie Pierce on the call today she's driving home with Justine Mays. So the 2 of them. All right. So that leaves 4 people. So unlike the other rounds where I just was reading who got eliminated, I'm going to read who's left, and we're going to do it alphabetically. So I thought that's the best way to do it. That doesn't share any insight or anything like that. This list here are the final 4. This has nothing to do with their scores or anything like that. Our final 4 looks like this. Justine Mays, who finished in second place last year, part of the tie that went all the way to the second round of tiebreaker. So we revoted. We both stuck with who we thought should win. It was Adam Stumpf and I doing this last year. Then we went down to discussion. And ultimately, John Kelly was our champion, did not participate this year. Justine Mays came in second, losing the tiebreaker. And so she's in it this year. She's in the final 4. So she's got a chance at this point to win the championship. She's certainly done well either way. No matter where she ends up at this point, that's certainly an accomplishment to get second place and then at least 4th place this year. Next up is Cam Morgan. He's also in this. Then we've got another good friend we know, Brian Murphy, and finally Tim Swiat. That's our final 4 for that. So here we go. Starting in 4th place, working our way down to first place. The only one who's on here is Justine. The rest are not here, which is unfortunate. I'd like to have them here so they could be here for the announcement should they win. But in 4th place was Brian Murphy. Brian Murphy, our buddy. So he had, and we'll read his, 20% wheat, 50% rye, 20% yellow corn rye. The other one was the Bloody Butcher rye. Sorry, the 50% Bloody Butcher rye, 20% yellow corn rye, and then 10% water. In 3rd place, Cam Morgan in 3rd place. He had 20% wheat, 60% 4-grain, 20% Bloody Butcher corn, and then he took that mix and he put 2 milliliters of water. He doesn't have a percentage there, put 2 milliliters of water. So that means our 2 people, again, alphabetically presented here, Justine Mays and Tim Swiat. So Justine Mays at worst now is going to do what she did last year, which was 2nd place. And Tim Swyatt, he participated last year. I think he got eliminated the first round, but I don't remember for sure. I'd have to go back and check the video of that. So I will say this, we go through the process. And again, that's the first evaluation is of the 4. We rank them, and first and second place ends up in a tie. So that means Justine Mays has tied 2 years in a row. So it comes down to a vote. Tim Swyatt, Justine Mays. We try both of them once again. The idea is if we both agree which is the better one, that is the champion. If not, then we go to discussion time. We did try them both, and there was a clean winner. We both voted for the same one being the better one. And in second place, we'll go to commercial and we'll be right back. It's like Ryan Seacrest or something. No, in second place is Tim Swyatt with 40% wheat, 10% 4-grain, 20% Bloody Butcher corn rye, 10% yellow corn, or 10% 16-year-old, and 20% water. Let's hear it for Mr. Tim Swyatt for second place. But that means our champion, Justine Mays, has tied for first place both times. This time she takes home first place. So congratulations, Justine Mays. That is amazing. Amazing. Did you see what I did there?
Fantastic.
Yeah. So Justine did 45 milliliters of yellow corn rye, 6 milliliters of Bloody Butcher corn rye, and then 4 milliliters of wheat, and then 5 milliliters of water. So you could either write percentages or milliliters, and that's what she did. So now Justine, I was talking to her at the beginning of this, very bad connection. They're on their cell phone, they're driving back home. They were in Kentucky this weekend. We were in Kentucky, but a different party. But they were, she and her friend Carrie came down and did some bourbon-y things. Not with us, but just happened to be there at the same time. Justine, if we can hear you, what do you have to say?
I can't believe it. Are you guys sure that you weren't like super drunk?
No, we did get super drunk shortly thereafter. We finished all those 2-ounce samples. So yes, it was definitely a drunken night. Yes, but we did that legit. So you are the champion. How about that?
That's cool. I overshot it though. I was going for second place.
Yes. Second place gets pick a merchandise item from Stumpy's. So we'll be contacting Tim Swyatt and find out what he wants from Stumpy's. So yes, Justine, of course, famously loves Stumpy's merchandise. So yes. So, and there was one item I think she didn't even buy, thinking if she got second place this year, that's what she was going to get. So now you'll have to buy it, Justine.
Yeah, I guess so.
I tell you what, seeing Justine's growth over time is amazing because how do you know that you have a good palate or something like that? How do you know that you have this ability to do so? I don't think you do. You have to do it. Justine's not in the industry, but we've seen her grow on the shows and things like that. I've noticed as we've done all these tastings, her notes have gotten better and better. She just certainly has grown into that role. So very proud of what she's been able to do on the shows and things like that. And then these 2 high finishes are amazing. So I think at Justine, at some point, you need to look at how do you get in the industry and share what you're doing on this blending side. Could be a pretty big thing for you.
Yeah,
I did talk.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Guess I'm moving to Kentucky, huh?
Yeah. Well,
So we've got a budding Nancy Fraley.
Yeah. Of course, I talked to Royce, and he's ready to make you a job offer if you want to move that way. So he was like, "Man, we could have her do some blends and stuff like that." So because he claims that's one of the hardest things, and we'll have Adam weigh on this, but he says it's one of the hardest parts of the business, something that you might not think about. And of course, they do all single barrels, so they don't really get into the blending side, but it's not something that he doesn't want to do. But he's just like, that's a tough thing, and he was really impressed with Justine's ability, and so that's an offer there. Adam, your thoughts on blending and all this kind of stuff? And I don't think there's any shame of where you finish. I think that this is a tough exercise, and you're throwing something out there. Again, not how you do a blend of a product you'd create. You're doing this a little bit different, these small samples, and that's all you get. So, but talk to us from a distiller standpoint of your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, blending is definitely a challenge, and certainly a challenge too with like in this regard, it's not there were four, I guess really what, three, one, two, three, four, well, four different styles of whiskey, right? So it's not even a blend like you're putting, yeah. So it's not even a blend like you're putting together a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, which is even a little more straightforward than that. When you've got such a wide array of flavor profiles, it becomes almost exponentially more difficult. And you're blending to I guess not just your palate, but what do you think other people would like too. So yeah, I mean it's obviously infinite what the possibilities are. So picking one of those is always a challenge.
Yeah. So we will be bringing the contest back in 2022. This is exciting, announcing this tonight, and we're going to have the Beat the Pro format. Again, our pro competes like anyone else. If the pro wins the top prize, they win. And I've already talked to another master blender, a guy who works for a company by the name of Buzzard's Roost. Mr. Jason Bronner is going to be our Beat the Pro next year, and then we will use whiskey. It's a tough ask to make. Hey, can we get in to get two 175s of these different things? So I'm going to lean on my buddy Adam. Hopefully he'll say yes. I didn't ask him about that. Yeah, hopefully he will. And Royce, but it'll be a combination of their two things. So we've if you remember how we've done it, year one, we did Adam's products, and Adam was a judge. Year two, Royce's products, Royce was a judge. Next year we will do a combination of both of their things. And then I'm sure it'll just be Adam and I'll be the judges, because that's easy for me with the warden managing the logistics of the tasting, and then Adam's right here too, so it works out pretty well. So does that sound all right, Adam?
Yeah, I haven't notified you of a price increase that we're going to be taking. Yeah, that sounds fine.
I guess we did this to ourselves here at the ABV Network. We should have just let Adam win, and then yes, and then we could have maintained a low price. So yes. Yeah.
No, it's all good. All good.
All right. Maybe the year after that we'll have to beat Chris Ron, and we'll try it. We'll see how we do against.
There you go.
Yes, and then he wins it, and then he's like, "See, Stump, that was your fault." So.
Probably.
Yeah, but that's the plans for next year. Talked to Jason already. He said he's in. He'd love the opportunity to do that. Should be fun. And this was great. I mean, we like doing this, and we will do the next year around the same time. Kick off in October, leave about a month in between, and then wrap it up. So, but congratulations to all that played. I think it's very cool. I think it's a great opportunity. And again, it's just, how it is with tasting. It's personal at that time. And at that time, as we tasted them, probably if we would have left some samples, we did not. If we retasted them, the order might be even different as we did it again. But that's how it worked out this time. So congratulations to everyone who played. Congratulations again to everyone who moved on, which is pretty cool. And then finally, of course, to our final four. And then, of course, our champion, Justine. Congrats. And thank you for being part of this. We really appreciate it. With that, I'm going to wrap this one up because we do record it, and we'll leave it out there. And I'm sure many of the folks that aren't here will be watching this to see how they did. So we'll say goodbye to them, and I'll stick around for just a little bit here. So, all right, here we go.